Welcome back to Pop Pop's Horsepower Shop. It's finally warm in Florida. That means we're going to charge the AC in Project S10. I'll take you along and fingers crossed, everything works, no leaks, and we get some cold air blowing out of this thing. Stay tuned. Okay, so what we got, these are just a set of cheap gauges, got them from Amazon. I think they're about 40-50 bucks. I went to O'Reilly's, I rented a vacuum pump. This is critical. You want to vacuum any contaminants out of the AC system. That way you're going to get some nice cold air, and you know your system's already completely empty, pulled to a vacuum, and you'd be easily to tell if there's any leaks or not. So what we're going to do, so we got the blue is the low pressure hose, red is the high pressure hose. Here on the S10, this one right here is the high pressure connection, and up here on the accumulator, this is the low pressure. All cars may be a little bit different. The fittings only fit one way. This is an R134A system, but in general, the low pressure side is going to have fatter hoses like we got this one here, and the high pressure side is going to have a skinny hose just like we have there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these gauges hooked up, and then we're going to start vacuuming the system. Okay, as you can see, we got the blue on the low pressure side, red on the high pressure side. The yellow line in the center goes down to the vacuum pump. So let's go ahead and click this one on. We're going to screw these in. We're going to go ahead and open up these valves. You can hear the pump changing sounds, and you can see it's already forming the vacuum on the low side. Open up the high pressure side. And we got doing the same thing. So I'm going to let this run for 20 minutes or so. We're going to make sure everything is completely evacuated. And I'll come back and we'll get some Freon in the system. All right, so we're getting ready to throw some Freon in. Had the vacuum run in for about 20-25 minutes. It pulled it down to about 28. Looks like it's in PSI on the vacuum. So, and I shut it off. These two valves are closed. These are still open up here. And it's been holding there, so I think we're going to be okay. We're going to go ahead and service data, the S10, I know it's a V8, but it's still the S10 AC system. It holds about 30 ounces of our 134A Freon. So we're talking 2.5 cans. And the one thing I found out using the, this is just Walmart Freon, using these cans, they say they're 12 ounces. You're probably not going to get 12 ounces out of there. So it's probably going to take 3 full cans. So I got the can adapter. Just make sure there are two styles. There's one is a puncturing style for the older style cans, and this one pushes in the valve. So we're going to go ahead and hook this up. And this will get plugged in. This goes to the yellow hose. Now, Freon can get very cold, so I do recommend gloves and some eye protection. So this is nice and tight. We're going to go ahead and screw this down. That'll open up this can into the hose. I'm just going to set this down for a second. And we are going to go ahead and just loosen this the center one tiny bit, till we get some, can you see that? We get some liquid in here. There we go. So we've got liquid into this one, and we are ready to start the truck. Windows are down, doors are open, AC is set on max. It's about 80 degrees ambient temperature here. So we're going to fire it up. If you notice, the AC compressor will not kick on because because it's low on pressure. Once we get probably this full can in, all of a sudden you will see the AC compressor kick on. If it doesn't want to take Freon, which with the vacuum it should, you can always jumper, take a piece of wire, paper clip or something, pull this off, jumper these two, it will engage the clutch. Now, one little thing different on this, if you remember when we put the V8 in, we got the electric fans. So on a stock with a fan clutch, the fan's spinning all the time, so we got airflow moving through the radiator. On this one, until it gets to a certain temperature, these front fans do not turn on. So what I did is I tapped into the AC relay in the back, and so basically when the AC turns on, it'll trip that relay, it'll ground the low speed side of these fans, and the fans will run regardless if it's up to temperature or not. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me when we're talking once I get this fired up. Let's go get it started and see if we can get some Freon in this thing. Alright, well, we got it at idle. The AC is turned on. As you can see, the clutch is not spinning. We're only going to charge through the low side. So we're going to go ahead, open this one up. You'll see the gauges start to move. And when that has enough pressure in the system, you'll see the AC clutch start to cycle. There we go. Starting to get a little Freon in there now. And the Freon's going in, the can starts getting real cold. Freon it gets in, the longer that clutch stays running. We're just about empty of this first full can. This can's about empty. Go ahead and close this valve down. Close this valve. Next can of Freon. Down, bleed this line a little bit, and open this one up. As you can see, we're getting some Freon in there, compressors running all the time. Let's see if we've got some cold air coming out of the vents. So ambient air temperature was 80 degrees. So it is starting to get colder in here. Down in there is saying about 60. I'm not sure why the laser's reading high. Probably because everything else is still warm in here. So it is getting down there. We're getting enough Freon in. It should be start blowing nice and cold. It is. I mean, it is feeling cold right now. About 46 degrees. Now keep in mind, this is a 30-year-old truck. It's not going to blow super cold, but like I said, it's 80 couple degrees outside. It feels real good inside here. Let's go ahead and shut this off, and we'll get things buttoned up. So we're all charged up. We're going to back these off. We're just going to relieve the pressure in the line just a little bit. There we go. Put our caps back on. Now we are all set for the Florida summer. I hope this answers any questions you have as far as charging your AC. It's pretty easy. The key is to make sure you rent one of those vacuum pumps from O'Reilly's or another parts store. Some of the parts stores do have these gauges you can rent, or the free loaner tool. If they have that, it really won't cost you much of anything. Now, if your system already has Freon in it, which this one was already evacuated when I changed engines, be sure to take it to a shop, have them recover the Freon. It is bad for the environment, but once that's done, there's no reason you can't charge it yourself, and it's just some simple tools. Important to know how much Freon your system will hold, because if you overcharge it, it'll actually shut off and not cool. So you want to get right about as close as you can to the exact amount. So anyway, hope that helps. Any questions, leave in the comments. Thanks for watching.